Can you state your name
Nicholas Trauba,
and where are you from?
Lacaparle, Minnesota.
And Lacaparle, the duck factory, one of the bigger areas of the state. What have you been seeing as far as duck numbers?
You know, last fall was actually pretty good. I think we were probably an outlier in the state because, we had, pretty good duck hunting the majority of the fall, at least like on Marsh Lake and the surrounding area there. We picked up a pretty good influx of ducks like early in the season, a lot of gadwall, widgeon, and they seem to kind of stick around throughout a pretty good portion of the year. Okay. And I think just all those ducks that we had early on the year just attracted, those later mid-season migrants like mallards and pintails.
Yeah.
I personally had a good fall last year, and I think, the hunters that hunted, Marsh Lake had a good fall as well.
Good. Okay. And what in your area do you think you're lacking in habitat at all? I mean, just overall duck nesting or migration habitat. I mean, you have a giant, refuge and all of that, but do you think you could have more?
I think in our local area, I don't think we're lacking on habitat. But I think we'd always like more, especially on the private land side. The more grass and wetlands we have, the better duck numbers and duck hunting would be.
Yeah, and just like anywhere else in western Minnesota, you're probably seeing lots of pattern tiling and water's moving faster than it ever has. That contribute to things, especially on that lake?
Yeah, I mean, we see, extreme, bounces in the lake levels pretty much, every year. 2025 was, no exception. We had a lot of rain, which, led to just a lot of bounce in the lake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So the future of duck hunting. You got kids of your own?
Yeah, I have.
Bringing them up in the outdoors.
I have 3 kids of my own and 4 stepkids.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and the oldest one, he's 16, and take him out a few times last year. More dove hunting, just because a little harder to take him duck hunting. But yeah, I mean that's why I do what I do, and hope that I can get all of them out someday. Good
deal. Are you a part of any local sportsman's club or anything?
Member of just like the local chapter for Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah, great.
Other than that, no.
Okay. Last but not least, I'm asking a bunch of people this. What's the best day of bird hunting you ever had?
Oh goodness.
And it can be in Minnesota or anywhere.
Right. That's a good question. Best. I'd probably have to say we took a boys trip up to Roseau, WMA. Gosh, back in 2012.
Yeah. I've hunted up there.
And we hunted, the pools on Roseau, WMA a few days, and then we actually bumped down to Thief Lake because we've got a snowstorm. And I just remember, it was a pretty dry year on Thief. We drug, I think, we all drug our own canoe or kayak out, and we were kind of set up right on the refuge line. And I just remember a big flock of snow geese coming down. And I think we shot 16 or 18
nice.
snows out of the one flock, and we had just a pile of ducks. And we all left our phones and stuff in the car because we didn't want to get them wet in the waders and stuff. And it was still, I think, the 4 p.m. closure, and we're like, oh gosh, it's got to be getting close to 4. And we all got back to the truck, and it was noon. And so we still had 4 hours to keep shooting ducks.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that one kind of stands out just because just out of college. And, just a memorable one.
Yeah, absolutely. What did you go to college for?
Natural resources.
Good.
So I am an area wildlife manager for the Minnesota DNR. So
okay.
Went to college at South Dakota State in Brookings with a major of wildlife and fishery sciences.
Great. So you know a lot about what we talked about yesterday.
Trying to, yeah.
Well, thanks for your work, and I appreciate the interview.
Yep, thanks.